Donald Trump's recent attempt to pander to black people has imploded in endlessly hilarious fashion. There's been a bunch of talk on social media about a white woman holding up a sign at Trump's Florida rally. It seemed like a campaign rally that said blacks for Trump. Okay. And we have pictures of the individuals involved here. And there's this woman standing behind Trump. You can't exactly see, but most of the people holding these blacks for Trump 2020.com signs were black people, but there was this white woman there as well. Okay. And Trump even mentioned them at the rally, saying, I love the signs behind me, blacks for Trump. I like the signs. You watch, those signs are great. So clearly what happened here is the Trump team thought, hey, there's black people here who appear to support Trump. Let's put them right on stage so that they're visible on TV and it'll help us in some way, right? Maybe we'll appear less racist or whatever. Standard thing. Democrats do this as well. Republicans do it. You're strategic in selecting who's on stage behind you during a rally, all right? Also getting buzz on social media was this guy that in the picture, there's a green arrow pointing to. The white woman with the Blacks for Trump 2020.com sign was with a black man wearing a shirt that said, Trump and Republicans are not racist, gods2.com. Gods2.com redirects to this man's personal website. Here's the problem, and here's the implosion. The entire Blacks for Trump 2020 thing is absolute and total unhinged insanity that makes Alex Jones and InfoWars seem like pretty rational purveyors of news and analysis. If you go a few days ago, if you went to blacksfortrump2020.com, it would automatically redirect you to a website called honestfact.com. Now you don't get redirected automatically. You actually have to click a link that says click below to enter. So you go to blacksfortrump2020.com and it takes you to a website, you hit a click to enter button and it takes you to honestfact.com. We have a picture of the website. It's absolute and utterly insane. I mean, there's just no shortage of crazy stuff. It turns out that the man in question is Michael Simonet. He's a former member of a violent black supremacist cult from the 1980s called the Nation of Yahweh, which has been connected to extortion and arson, 14 murders. The group allegedly required members to kill a white person as part of their initiation. And after the Nation of Yahweh was dissolved, Simonet was charged with 2 brutal murders in the 1990s, one involving stabbing a man in the eye with a sharp stick. He was never convicted. And he's since accumulated 4 other felony charges associated with this new, it's sort of a religious movement. If you go to honestfact.com, it's filled with religious quotes, has not been convicted. He now goes by the name Michael the Black Man and has become an anti-gay preacher and musician. And we've got an image of his YouTube channel. He puts up long-form talks on YouTube. Some of these, as you can see here, include tirades comparing Hillary Clinton to the biblical whore of Babylon, believes that Hillary Clinton is in the KKK, believes Obama's the Antichrist, told the Miami New Times that Obama's backing of child support would be the end of free black men. Now, here's what's even more nuts, Pat. This wasn't even the first time he was at a Trump rally. He's been to multiple Trump rallies, and visibly so. And Rick Santorum actually had him open up a 2012 campaign rally where he played completely unlistenable jazz and went on a rant about Democrats being Nazis. He's also praised Glenn Beck, which, quite frankly, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't seem like a big deal compared to all this other stuff. Wow. Can you imagine a bigger implosion at what was really broadly a weird event, wasn't it?
Yeah, the whole story just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, why is Donald Trump even still holding campaign rallies? He's been in office for a month now. And, you know, the website name, Blacks for Trump 2020, you really have your eyes set on 2020 this early? It's even too early for Democrats to be discussing that.
You couldn't possibly script something this absurd, and Trump's attempt to pander to minorities explodes in his face. Of course, most people will never hear about this to begin with, but endlessly hilarious. I mean, at every step, just so boneheaded that even the pandering implodes in such a funny and harebrained way. I have to admit, I love it. I mean, when I went to I saw it, and then I just said, well, let's see what this is. Blacksfortrump2020.com. Boom. I mean, just conspiratorial, unhinged, lunatic nonsense promoted on stage at a Trump event.
Yeah, I mean, you have to wonder, too, how well these people were vetted, because if they're going to put up signs that advertise for a website, I
Yeah.
mean, you wouldn't expect someone with, like, the president of the United States to have to deal with that sort of thing. The Secret Service should be on top of that.
Or you would think that somebody on Trump's team would just say, hey, I've got a smartphone. Let's go to blacksfortrump2020.com and just see what it is. And maybe we pull those people off of the stage. Clearly didn't happen. Today's episode of the David Pakman Show is made possible in part by Warby Parker eyeglasses. Warby Parker recently did the right thing and ditched advertising on right-wing conspiracy website Breitbart, pulling their ads off. And you can get the free 5-day home try-on from Warby Parker. Check out their glasses. I use them when I'm not wearing contact lenses. I started with the free at-home trial. They send you 5 pairs of glasses. You see which ones you like, you send them back, and whichever one you pick, they will put your prescription into. I like this because I can actually show the glasses to other people and not have to just decide on the spot like in an eyeglass store. The eyeglass industry is controlled by very few corporations that keep the prices very, very high, even over $300 for prescription glasses. With Warby Parker, they start at just $95. Mine costs that, including lenses. And for every pair sold, they give a pair to someone in need. So to try the 5 pairs and support the David Pakman Show, go to warbyparkertrial.com/TDPS.